Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. Touchdowns on liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's going on, folks? This is Coach Marcus Pro Fan Talk, and we are officially on the way. We are out of the blocks. The 2024 NFL season has begun, and what an intro it was. The game tonight was incredible. Wow, 27-20. Kansas City beats the Ravens. It was a tight game. I thought the Ravens were going to come back. Lamar Jackson had 2 opportunities to score and just couldn't get it done. But he had his opportunity. See, man, I'm with you, man. Great game. It's a game of inches. Absolutely, it's a game of inches. If he gets his foot down an inch sooner, we're going into overtime. Lamar had that last drive was incredible, making things happen. But he had that opportunity where he had a wide open receiver and he just missed him. He just missed him. And there's nothing you can – what are you going to say? What are you going to say? You got to – Lamar Jackson, as the 2-time MVP, has to make that throw. He has to make that happen. So that's another reason to pile on and, why he'll only get so far. But he has to make that throw, man. Oh, my God. He has to make that throw. But woulda, coulda, shoulda don't do nothing but rhyme, man. Oh, I like Lamar Jackson. I like Patrick Mahomes. You didn't see much of Kelsey tonight. He had 3 catches or something like that? I'm trying to get to the stats page. Let me see what's going on here. That was a good game, though. Definitely a good game. All right, so we got one in the book. So where we at? There we go. Can we get can I get the stats, please? What the heck is going on with the NFL Network? All right, much better. So it looks like individual stats. Pacheco had 45 yards. He only had 45 yards rushing? Oh, so he had 78. Okay. He had 78 all-purpose yards. Gotcha. So he had 45 yards rushing. He rushed for 15 attempts, only 45 yards. And then he caught 3 passes for 33 yards. 2 passes for 33 yards. He should have had a touchdown, but he dropped that ball. Patrick Mahomes hit him in the hands. And he dropped it. Rashee Rice went off. 7 catches for 103 yards. Yeah, Kelsey only had 3 for 34. Xavier Worthy, he was as advertised. He immediately paid dividends. That reverse, sweet play, 21-yard touchdown. Yeah, man. He got speed like Tyreek. He might not be as shifty, but he can move. He can definitely move. But good win. Good win by the Chiefs. They had the battle to get that one, though. They definitely had the battle to get that one. Lamar Jackson, 16 attempts Only 122 yards passing. I thought he had more than that. Derrick Henry only rushed for 46 yards. They held him in check. They had the RPO going early in the first half, but they just couldn't continue it because they were teeing off, and Chris Jones was just going off. He was giving their backup tackles trouble. Kev, I think they lost their right tackle because they were talking about that Chris Jones was jumping from side to side. So they had the backup tackle in there, and Chris Jones just went to work. Chris Jones just went to work. I got a friend of mine I used to work with that's a real big Ravens fan. So I know they got to be upset tonight. Oh my God. They had it. They had an opportunity, man. All you can ask for is an opportunity. But when you get said opportunity, you got to take advantage of it, man. You must take advantage of it. And Lamar didn't. That's all on him. All of that stuff that he did throughout that game, you had a wide open man in the end zone and you didn't get him the ball. So that's on him. That's on him. They need to protect that tight end that they got, Lively. He's the truth. He's paying dividends. And it looks like him and Flowers are going to be the go-to guys. But you gotta get a number 3 in there. You definitely got to get a number 3. Damn, look at all them people going to Brazil. They got stuck in the airport. All the flights got delayed and canceled. Man, why you gonna bring a child on a plane all the way to Brazil? Don't do that. Don't do that. So the watch party gonna be packed tomorrow at the link. So yeah, man, that's on Lamar. That's definitely on Lamar, man. A lot of his passes were short passes. Likely went off. Likely had 9 receptions for 111 yards. Flowers had 6 for 37. It seemed like he had more. Hill had 6 for 52, and Bateman had 2 for 53. So he got good production out of his receivers. They just likely is the only one that could take it to the house. Us here in Philadelphia, every time we see Nelson Aguilar, we just laugh. We just laugh. But yeah, man, it was Roquan Smith. He had a pick, and then they had a penalty. Or no, they let him get away with it. He definitely hit Mahomes out of bounds. They didn't call a penalty on him, but I got a sneaky suspicion that he gonna get a letter from John Runyon and get a fine for that one. Let me see. They had 1 decent kickoff. Lamar had 1 fumble. Let me see. The Ravens were 50% for third down. Chiefs were 44%. 452 yards total offense by the Ravens. Only 353 by the Chiefs. Ravens had 185 yards rushing to 72 by the Chiefs. But the thing about the Chiefs, though, the only person running the ball was their running backs. I don't think Patrick Mahomes ran that much. Patrick Mahomes had 2 carries for 3 yards. Yeah, the running backs carried the load. $267 to $281 net yards passing. Yeah, it was a pretty relatively even game. I just think Lamar Jackson made that one mistake. He made that one mistake. And cost them at least an opportunity to go in overtime and possibly win it. But they definitely have to work on their mid game. I don't know what's going on with Lamar Jackson, where it looks like he can't throw the ball down the field. He missed 2 receivers. He missed the one in the end zone, and then one of the long passes. I don't know if it was a misunderstanding, but it looks like he had a shot if he'd have thrown the ball over the other shoulder. for that deep pass. So he had one that probably should have been picked, but he didn't. And yeah, man, Baltimore had their opportunities. They just could not get it done. That was exciting at the end, but you got to take your opportunities when you get it, man. So congrats. Them damn Chiefs look like. Now they got some chinks in the armor though. They didn't look great. Everybody's gonna watch this tape and try to figure out what they did with Travis Kelce. But when you got Xavier Worthy out there, everybody knows Xavier Worthy can take the top off. And you better have somebody that can run with him deep because that kid is super fast. Rashee Rice, you don't know how long he's going to hang around. I believe he got that investigation coming, so I guess they're going to try to get the most out of him as soon as possible. Yeah, he's been like that for the last 2 years, but he's always been like that. Derrick Henry's never been explosive. He still has explosive plays, and he can still – if you can get past the line of scrimmage, Derrick Henry's going to get you 3 to 5 yards every time he touches the ball. But you talking everybody ready for him. Here's the key to stopping Derrick Henry. When you get to him, you got to get him low because he does not run low because he's so big, so you got to take his legs out. If he can't keep them legs turning, he's not going nowhere. That's from a running back's point of view. Because I remember when we played the Titans last year and when we played them for that Super Bowl year, I remember that Super Bowl year, I think we held Derrick Henry to like 16 yards. The quarterback had more rushing yards than Derrick Henry. So that was the key. If you get him early and don't let him get his downhill momentum going, if you can anticipate the gap or the hole he's trying to hit and get him to adjust, to change direction before he gets to the line of scrimmage, you kill all his momentum. Now, he can still break one away on you, but it's a little bit harder for him to get that, get the gas down and get moving again. So that's the best antidote for Derrick Henry. He looked very pedestrian tonight. But the one thing I did like, and I'm hoping that Kellen Moore and the Eagles are paying attention to this, they had some good RPOs early in the first half set up because Derrick Henry was running the ball. And they ran the ball downhill. Derrick Henry was in ace formation, and you run the ball downhill. Screw that gun crap. You can't run Derrick Henry from gun. He's not that fast. He doesn't have explosive speed. He's got great speed, but not explosive speed. So I would imagine his 10-yard sprint out of the blocks is not very good. So I think Derrick Henry still got good speed. It takes him a second to get it going. And if you can hit him behind or at least at the line of scrimmage, you can slow that damage down a lot. And that's what Kansas City did. It seemed like the Ravens couldn't get much going past midfield. They didn't have like a lot of long passes. I'm gonna have to look at let's see if I can do this. Take a look at next gen stats. Next gen stats by Amazon. Let me see. I wonder if they'll have that. Are they gonna have the stats for the first game? What's up, Chris? I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we just talked about that, man. It's a game of inches, man. It's a game of inches, and we gonna get it busy. The Birds gonna get busy tomorrow, man. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hyped about it. This will be the first. This will be the first time I'm not covering the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark because I was like, "Oh, we going with the Eagles. We not missing this game." So yeah, man, it should be pretty good. Uh, Everybody's still wondering what the hell is going on with all these last minute injuries we keep getting. Devin White doesn't make the trip, and then Isaiah Rodgers is out. It's like, what the hell? So I'm good with Keely Ringo. Don't get it twisted. So I want to see how they're gonna play him. But yeah, that's kind of a surprise, man. Chris, thank you again for the super chat, bro. Yeah, good start to the season, see, man. Definitely good start to the season. Let me see. They got Pacheco passing, Mahomes. They don't have much. Lamar Jackson threw for 273. Was it 273 total? I guess it was. So yeah, we got depth. We got all of them DBs back there. So tomorrow's the night, and I don't understand why everybody's. I know they're giving a lot of praise to Jordan Love and Green Bay, but I don't know if their offensive line is ready for our defense, but we'll see because our defense is new. So that's kind of hard to say. That's kind of very hard to say. So we'll see tomorrow. We gonna learn. We gonna learn today. It's 12:20. It's game day now. We gonna learn today. So, but great start, man. That was a phenomenal start to the season. Last second game. Giving Chiefs worthy. Yeah. You're right. You're right, Chris. Well, we got to deal with it. We got to deal with it, man. So, hey, we got the best offensive lineup in the league. So, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do, minus what the Chiefs just showed tonight, because Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy is going to be a problem. But I believe that Rashee Rice situation is going to pop up at the worst time. So that's just the volcano waiting to explode. So he's not going to – I don't think he's going to last a year. I'd be surprised for it. Nah, Chris, you got to wait for the day, bro. It's game day, man. It's past 12 o'clock, man. It's game day here on the East Coast. Yeah, but it's still early, man. I saw that what was I listening to? WIP or I can't remember. No, it was ESPN. It was ESPN. It was Kim Martin talking about it was a must win and everything that's gonna happen. It was Kim Martin and Foxworth. And they kept saying how bad it was gonna be if something happens and the Eagles loses this game. And it's like it's the first game of the season. You're not going to jump ship and hit the panic button if you lose one game. And you're talking about a game from somebody that's not even in our conference. So it don't even matter. So, you do want to get a good start. You do want to put your best foot forward. But the sky's not going to fall when you lose game one. It's going to suck. And everybody here in Philadelphia is going to be pissed off about it. But guess what? Then you got to roll on in week 2. And keep it moving. As long as they don't, as long as it ain't like 28-0 or something goofy like that. You know what I'm saying? So, or the offense just plays absolutely horrible, or the defense just can't tackle still. As long as it's not anything like that. It all depends on, it's not if you lose, it's how you lose. So, there's lessons to be had in a loss. But you just don't want to look like you don't know what the hell you're doing. So, yeah, media loves hating us, man. They hate us. So, that's like a rite of passage in Philadelphia, man. And every year it proves to be true. It'll be somebody that comes up with some type of story or something that's disparaging about the Eagles. And it's just like, and it's very interesting now because since I've been doing this YouTube thing and really getting into the digital and social media landscape, it is very easy to tell the people, the guys on ESPN and on Fox and all the media heads that are still on TV and the old school analog way of doing news, You can tell who watches game and who doesn't. You can tell who actually sits down and is a fan and take notes and watches games, as opposed to somebody who's sitting in the studio, part of a production, and you get people that shuffle notes in front of them. Because a lot of the stuff that they say is way out of context. You still got people talking about the problem with Sirianni and Hurts from last year. And if you're not in Philadelphia, people still think that that's an issue. And it's like, you so off base, it's not even funny. But because they sit at the desk, they're not in the city. They don't take the temperature. They don't listen to the news and sports talk every day like you would in that city. They just don't know. They just don't know. So they can hate on us if they want to. We're going to find out what's what tomorrow. And that's the way it should be. So, Chris, I wouldn't be mad, but I don't want to waste the opportunity. Lamar missed the opportunity. So that's how I look at it. Exactly. But that's a situation where I trust Stout implicitly. Stalin will have them boys ready. Stalin will have them boys ready. So they made such a big fuss about it. That's one of those things where when you see plays like that, they are looking to put the league on notice. We talked about that. I'm part of we go over the rules and stuff. I get on a Zoom call with Troy Vincent and a bunch of other players. And Troy Vincent just kind of updates us on new rules and how they're calling things and express why the refs did what they did and stuff like that. So they are really about enforcing the rules and stuff like that. That's why they got the penalty like 3 times in a row. And they even said it on the broadcast. They warned them first. And if you still continue to make the same mistake, they're going to burn you. So they did that to put everybody in the league on notice that we are calling this. They did the same thing with roughing the passer. If you even look like you got close to that helmet, they threw the flag. So it takes stuff like that for the league to get the message, because I guarantee you tackles are going to be like, I'm not scooting up, because if I take another step up, that's another step that the defensive end can get by me. That's the problem. The offensive tackles want that little extra edge to be able to match the speed of coming off the edge. So they want to be able to get back as much as they can. So that's hurting that that situation. And don't be surprised if tomorrow they bust Lane Johnson and Mailata for that, because you already know Lane Johnson likes to get way back, and he does that hop step faster than anybody in the league. Do not be surprised if he get burned for that tomorrow, if he get a couple flags for that. So, like I said, I know Stout gonna have them ready, but when you learn new techniques and you got to change anything in your stand and you offensive lineman, that matters. That matters big time, because now you're looking at where you normally line up. You giving ground. And you don't want to do that as a tackle, as an offensive tackle. So they know about it. They definitely know about it, man. So, excuse me. That will be interesting to watch tomorrow on both sides. On both sides. So let's see if the Green Bay, as long as they keep it even. Lamar has to make that throw, bottom line. 100%. 100%. You have to make that throw. Big time players make big time plays in big time games, and he failed. And let me tell you something. That play is going to kick his ass in film session. Go kick his ass, because he's going to want it back. He's going to want it back. So that's the way it goes sometimes, though. That's the way it goes sometimes. So. It is what it is, as they say. But great game. Good start, man. More from that game, real talk. Yeah, he knows it. Yeah, I'm a Lamar fan too, man. Don't forget, I went to Eastern Kentucky, so Louisville was right down the street from where I went to school. So I watched Lamar, and I remember watching a game when he was in Louisville, and he ran for like 180 yards and had 2-3 touchdowns or something. Like, he went off on the ground. Didn't throw the ball much, but they ended up winning the game. And I remember the announcers were saying that there's no way he can succeed in the NFL the way he plays quarterback. And then the next game, he proceeded to throw like 4 or 5 touchdowns in the air. I've always been a Lamar fan because, I come from I played with Randall Cunningham. Doug Williams was one of my coaches. I played against Doug Flutie in Canada. So I've seen all of those mobile quarterbacks and what it looked like before the RPO became a thing. Can you just imagine if Randall Cunningham would have had the RPO? Doug Flutie, what he was doing. They did have an RPO up in Canada, but the NFL was too much ego to admit that was a good way to run it. Plus, they didn't have any quarterbacks that could do that, or any quarterbacks that wanted to. So Flutie was just ahead of his time. But he was the truth, though. Don't get it twisted. The roughing the passer. Roughing the passer is not going anywhere. We talked about that all the time on that same Zoom call I was telling you about with Troy Vincent. That is something that they are going to call. Now, what we did discuss was, he said there are some situations where they're going to call it. And how did he say it? He said, when it comes to those calls, they are reviewing everything. Everything. You ain't got to say, does it have to review? You got a crew of people always in New York going over those plays 24/7 in real time as the game is going on. So there's a crew in New York reviewing everything, even the stuff that they don't call. Like I said, when Roquan Smith pushed Mahomes out of bounds, he didn't get flagged for it, but I bet he get fined, because they're gonna review all of that, because he did push him. He was out of bounds. I don't know why the ref didn't throw the flag. I thought it was a clear flag, but hey, they get that WNBA fever. Lamar will be fine. He'll be fine. So, but that just, that had to hurt. That had to hurt. Yeah, Randall was my dude, man. My rookie year, first day of practice, I was one of the first guys on the field, and first day of practice, I'm warming up with Randall Cunningham. It was early. There was still like dew on the grass because it was like 7:30 in the morning, and I'm out there tossing with Randall, and he throws me the ball, and my hands are wet, and the ball slips right through my hands and damn near broke my nose. So he laughed at me. Just a nervous rook. But yeah, RC was the dude, man. So yeah, no more concussions, please. Please, please. You already know about that. We don't need no more injuries, man. You got to stay healthy. You got to stay healthy. You got to stay healthy. That killed us last year at linebacker and in the secondary. Not real happy that we got two of the supposed starters on the sidelines already. Maybe I've been hearing the rumors that maybe Howie got something in the works. I don't know. That's not a good look. Before you get to the first game, you got your starting linebacker that doesn't even make the trip. And then you got your starting DB that all of a sudden his hand is messed up. Like, did he hurt his hand and walk through? Did nobody say anything in the practices leading up to this week? Devin White was curious because now everybody was like, and I'm saying this as a Nakobe Dean fan. Nakobe Dean jumped up and he was the starter in camp. And I was like, I don't never remember hearing that at all. But it is what it is. I'm a big fan of Nakobe Dean. I know he going to do what he got to do and play. I sent him a text. He responded. So I'm going to see if I can get Nakobe. I'm going to try to wait, seeing how things go. But I'm definitely going to try to get Nakobe to come on, like, or maybe I can get him on a call today. If you watch my video with my boy Frank from Brazil today, I've been knowing Frank for almost 20 years now. And NFL Films guy. He's over there in Brazil. That's the guy that I go with. And I used to do NASCAR stuff with him, go up to Dover with him, all that kind of stuff. Frank's a good dude. He called me from Brazil, and I recorded it. I recorded the FaceTime call. And then I have my microphone on, and I just sync the audio, and that's how I got it. If I got to try to do that with Nakobe sometime in the future, I'll try to make it happen, man. So I definitely want to make that happen. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'm ready to go, man. It's game day now. 12:35. It is officially the 6th of September. The Eagles play tonight at 8:15. So I'm ready to rock and roll. And I am happy that we are back in the NFL season, man. Got some things coming up. Got some new stuff that I'm working on with the graphics and stuff like that. I can't wait. And we just going to keep it moving, man. We're going to keep it moving, man. Just so happy. I'm saying this all week. I appreciate everybody. Bible Boy, C-Man, you one of my mains. You on the squad. Bible Boy, if you see these guys with a wrench, that means they've been with me for a long time, and they are official members of my squad, man. So I appreciate everybody coming with me on this journey. I hit 4,000 subscribers this week. So the goal is to get to 5,000 before the Super Bowl. So tell everybody you can. Hit that subscribe button. I'm telling I'm telling my little nephew when he starts school, I'm telling you, hey, I want to, everybody you get to subscribe, I'm going to have to give you $1 or something. I'm getting everybody, man. So, but I appreciate you, man. Appreciate the support. And let's get to the night, man, and we can get to the birds and we can get. We're going to see what's what tonight, man. So I will talk to y'all later on today. And I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream. I know I'm supposed to go on with Tone early. We're going to do a pregame show early tomorrow. I got a doctor's appointment, and then we'll do a pregame show like around 3 o'clock, 2 or 3 o'clock. And then, I might do something. I'll probably do something at halftime because I always do like a halftime on Facebook or Twitter or something like that. But I've tried it a couple times on Instagram. Instagram seems to be troublesome though. I might move to TikTok. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to do a live some way, shape, or form at halftime. And then I'll have a true post-game Eagles show immediately after the game. So looking forward to it, man. I will see y'all tonight, 8:15, as the Eagles take on Green Bay in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Talk to you guys later. Peace. Go Birds.